Hello, in this video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about podcasting. More specifically, how are you going to get podcasting to work in your classroom so that you can share them with your students? So to begin with, we'll talk about where you can get them. And it really depends on the platform in which you want to implement into your classroom. So if you want to use it on your computer, you're either going to probably have a PC or a Mac. If you have a Mac, you're going to go through your iTunes store, and I'll talk about a little bit later about how to go through that. If you're on a PC, you're probably either going to go through your Microsoft Store or your Google Play Store. So in doing that, since I have a Microsoft, I will show you the Microsoft route real quick. So from here, you will want to go to your Microsoft Store. You can either find it by searching down here, or it's probably in your hotbar right here. Once you go to your Microsoft Store, you can click on Apps, and then search, and then right here, I already have podcast search, so I'll search for podcasts. Now what this is going to do, it's not going to bring you individual podcasts. What it's going to do is give you a podcasting app for you to find the podcast that you want to use. So in this case, I just clicked on the first one. I haven't used this one very often because I listen to podcasts on my phone, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So I clicked on this Groover podcast, and then you go to install, which then it will install, and you'll click launch. Once you click launch, it'll bring up a whole home page. Now, like I said, this is a podcasting app, so a lot of different podcasts are going to be inside of this app. For this one, I know a podcast that I listen to a lot is called BBC's Witness Podcast. So I was like, well, I don't know if they'll have it. Let's check. Search. Sure enough, they do. It's right here. So you click on this podcast, and this is just quick episodes about events in history told by a eyewitness perspective. Then, once you want to listen to an episode, you have to click subscribe. And then once you subscribe, then you should be able to download different episodes. And in this one right here, I actually just clicked on it and it will just start playing. I turned off the volume so it won't actually interrupt everything. But that's how you would do it inside of this app. And now let's look at our other apps. So what we have here is these are popular podcasting apps that I've seen people use. Stitcher, which you can find these on your computer or on your phone. So if you go to Stitcher's homepage right here, it says get the app. All right, so click on get the app, and then it'll tell you, if you have an Apple, an Android, or a PC, and you can download and follow that. It's very similar steps to what I've just done on the previous one, so I'm not going to go through those. Another one is Podkicker. This one I've used, and this is what I use on my cell phone. It's the same basic principle. You can find it on your cell phone in your Google App Store or on your computer Google App Store, and you install it, and it's a very similar process. Install it and do a general search of what you're interested in, whether it's science and technology, history. And the unfortunate thing about podcasts is unless you know someone that's going to give you a lot of information about podcasting, then you kind of just have to go trial and error, listen to an episode, and decide, do you like it or not? From there, the iPhone, I'm less familiar with the iPhone and Apple because I don't have that product, but I do know that they have a specific podcasting app, and many of the same podcasts that you like in the Microsoft realm will be available on Apple as well. The last question I want to go over is this free or premium. If you looked, when I went to the Microsoft Store, and you searched for podcasts, then you come down here and you see some of these podcasting apps, like this one, Podcast Pro, cost money. Usually the reason why they cost money is for a couple reasons. Maybe that you don't have to listen to ads, or more specifically, usually the content producer. So, for instance, if the BBC on their Witness program wanted to lock their old episodes behind what they call the paywall, then you wouldn't be able to listen to episodes that are really old and you'd have to pay for them. They do not do that, and a lot of places don't do that. But there are certain podcasts that they're very popular. They will give you the current episodes free, but all their archived episodes are paid for. So it's something you want to look at before you join. But if you're brand new, then you should be able to get started for free, and there are so many things that you can do for free, which covers pretty much all of the basics behind how to get a podcast onto your computer or your phone.